Ultraviolet has the orbital ray. Orbital advantage for Nightmare. They have the cards here. Yep, it's just a cage. It's on Kuffa. He's just gonna live there forever. Oh my god, he's just sitting in the corner. He's AFK. He's gonna pop the Annihilation kill. It's like, fuck, I can't kill this guy. And then the beat. Oh my goodness, Kuffa just won't die. I mean, here's the thing. Kuffa was baiting that. He wants Kellen to cage him. He wants that to happen. 0, 1, 2 kills. Sugar Free able to get lethal, but it's just not gonna be enough. I mean, Kuffa's just gonna exist here forever. He's gonna hold block. He's not even gonna punch. A fight win for Nightmare. 2 minutes. 20 seconds when they cap. Kuffa likes the hazard. That's what Kuffa likes to play instead of Winston. I mean, you would be right about D.Va, though. These would be good bans for a D.Va team. It's really interesting how bans, like, unless you understand how a team wants to play, and unless you understand the context behind a team and, like, what their hero pools are, I feel like understanding bans is super hard. You have to understand what teams like to do. You have to understand how teams like to play. Kuffa, hazard. Okay. We're trying to force hazard. Space Station, they're gonna play Mauga. Alright. That makes sense. So they're trying to prevent the Ana being played with the hazard. Because I think they expected Nightmare to try and dive here. It was hard to read, but that's definitely what the situation is here. So Space Station were like, okay, we want to play Juno Break Mauga to deal with your hazard comp. We don't want you playing Ana and nading this, because an Ana could nade this and mess up this backline, especially in a map like this where Ana can kind of set up pretty easily. So they're forcing Nightmare to not play that, because Nightmare would probably want to play Ana Lucia or something. Alright, we listen into SSG now. Let's go. Close hold. I like that. Oh. Trigger free. Big right click there. Nightmare doing a good job of living here. Oh my goodness, Zera! What a kill! Oh, what a wall, Kuffa! Kuffa actually gets the kill there. Kellen trades. Oh, that was crazy. Such a back and forth. Both teams losing players. SSG with the spawn advantage. Nightmare forced away. Gonna back off. Okay. CJ Ultraviolet. Neck and neck on orbital charge. That matters a lot in the Juno Mirror. It does matter a lot. It is harder to use orbital against hazard comp, though. The hazard comp can kite a little easier. The hazard comp can also use hazard ult to counter orbital ray. So, you know, keep that in mind, chat. That is something we will see. But Lethal just gets caught out very early. Zera follows. Sugar Free on a roll on the Genji here. I'm actually curious to see what perks the Genji players go with. That's always interesting to see. Admiral falls. Should be first point here for Space Station. Good progress. A 2-minute first point. It's about the best you could ask for. At least when it comes to an average first point victory. It's really good. Great position to be in. Okay. Hazard versus Mauga. Honestly, a fun matchup. I'll take this. No Winston, but we'll take this as well. CJ, Ultraviolet, both have the orbital ray. Both teams just have all their support ultimates, actually, so it's just going to be a straight-up brawl here in a moment. We have the hazard going really deep. Kuffa's in there. And Space Station, they're a little split. Have to admit, and it's going to be Kuffa kiting off of this overclock mirror. Beats traded for both teams. Orbital rays will be next. 3, 2, 1. Orbital rays drop down. CJ finds Zera first. It's going to be chaotic now. Seeker's chasing, looking for the kill on Lethal. Isn't able to find it now. Oh, Admiral comes back, tries to mark Seeker, but taken down by Kellen. And you have Lethal the whole way out of the fight, completely disengaged. Just going to leave Kuffa alone, and Ultraviolet's going to fall in Space Station. This Mauga composition just a little better in the brawl. And I feel like without an Ana to kind of find nades, it's going to be hard to finish kills. The hazard composition, a lot of sustain, difficult to break. You just have less damage in these mid-fights and these brawls. And you can't catch people out again with it. Like there's no anti. So the Ana ban, valuable. It might even be better for Nightmare to just take Amalgamir. Honestly, I think on third point, that might be what they want to do, because Lethal, caught out by Sugar Free early, now a cage should basically secure the point. Yeah, that's it. Zera, Blades, instantly dies. No value. And here, I'm thinking a comp swap here. Kuffa probably just threw out the ult because he wanted to swap the Malga. Ram, actually. Okay. Interesting decision, but we'll see if that works out. I know Kuffa isn't like a massive fan of Malga. Kellen likes the Malga a bit more. So Ram is more of a comfort pick for Kuffa in this kind of a situation. Kuffa on an angle here. Good pressure onto the back line. Oh, the Lucio's fallen really low. Bliss manages to escape, though, but Zera gets Seeker. Sugar-free trades Lethal, Ultraviolet, Zibidika, CJ. No Juno. For Space Station, they should have to back out now. Should be a fight win for Nightmare. Yep, Sugar-free falls, isolated. Good slow from Kuffa. CJ and Ultraviolet in another race to Orbital Ray. Bliss way ahead on Beat, though, so Space Station could open with a Beat and try and win without using their Orbital Ray. That could be a decent idea, right? We could be onto something here. Sugar-free on an angle alone. He's completely alone on that angle, actually. He's going to be taken out by Ultraviolet. Didn't work out for him. Doesn't Ramattra get run over by Malga? Not necessarily. Actually, I would say, yeah, Malga can run Ramattra over, but he can only do it very slowly. And because it takes so long for Malga to kill Ramattra, because Ramattra has so much ability to just like block damage and sit there and exist with his shield and his form, and he rotates those CDs, it gives the rest of Nightmare time to do damage. So while Kuffa is under a lot of pressure, it can allow the rest of Nightmare to get value. But Kellen, good stomp, finds Lethal. If anything, it can be actually valuable for Space Station, for Kellen, to ignore the Ramattra, to ignore Kuffa. It's hard to, because Kuffa will try to be annoying as physically possible, and there he finally dies, but sometimes you need to ignore him, because he'll just live too long. And if you spend all your time shooting the Ram, who has block up, you won't be able to actually get a kill. And you give too much time for Nightmare's DPS to get value. That's the mindset there. That's the idea. Ramattra, it just exists. Kind of like Orisa almost, but more damage. I would say Ramattra has a little more damage, a little less existing, but he's still very good at existing. Bob, dropped. I'm not sure where that Bob went, but it looks like it's in a pretty decent spot. Seeker, I'm a little concerned about the Bob, but it's okay. Doesn't really get much value out of the overclock, kind of forced away. Ultraviolet able to get CJ. Oh, Seeker so aggressive, looking for something here. Admiral marks. Seeker falls, another fight win for Nightmare. Putting themselves in a position now to hold on third point at the very end. I mean, it's not the best. It definitely provides an opportunity for Space Station to win this map, but it does give a better chance for Nightmare to win, right? So a third point hold, the most common, I would say, for Route 66. Okay. Kuffa's super aggressive. You can see Kuffa drawing the most attention possible, and Kellen's actually going to cage him. Look how long Kuffa lives in here. There's no supports, though. Zera's able to get 2, though. See? You give Zera enough time on the Genji, he gets 3! He gets 4! No way! Kuffa's he just actually only just sits in the cage. He's like, hey, cage me, cage me, cage me. I'm gonna let Zera do everything. Cage me, shoot me, shoot me. I'm gonna drop Annihilation. I'm not gonna kill anybody with it. Just let Zera do things. That's so funny. So there you go. You can see how the Ramattra and Malga matchup kind of works, where, yeah, Kuffa just sat there, used all of his cooldowns, his ultimate even, to buy enough time for Zera to get value. And it worked. It worked so well. Zera has Blade this fight as well. That's nice. Kuffa, super aggressive position again. He's so aggressive. He's actually so aggressive on the Ram, and I'm loving this. I'm loving, like, that he isn't just, like, AFKing a corner, you know? He's really trying to bait Space Station to look at him. Kellen over to the Hazard now, so a little bit different. Zera, Blade, through the Orbital Ray. Oh my goodness, takes down Sugar Free, the better Genji player. 2 kills, looking for a third on Seeker. Finished by, I believe that was Admiral there, with a little boop kill, but yeah. Hold by Nightmare. 57 meters for Space Station on the third point. Will be held. Nightmare's turn to attack. it's a level of play I'm not used to seeing in North America. The Junkrat to clear, that's so funny. That's so funny. You're using the Junkrat to clear that little train car there. And then you swap to the Genji. Okay. Okay. Alright. I see you, Zira. Oh, and my lethal, the cross map shot into CJ. That's the initial pick. Kellen's gonna fall shortly afterwards. It should break the hold very quickly. Nice fight from Nightmare. Chat, we've seen Junkrat be used for something that made sense. That's a new one. Wow, okay. Exit picks from Space Station. Not really gonna matter too much, though. Nightmare should get their players back. I would prefer 3 on card here for Nightmare, but it looks like they're gonna prioritize positioning more than anything a speed ring to try and help the Genji Lucio get back, and they're gonna assist in pushing the cart a little bit. Nope, it's just 1 on cart. 1 on cart is a decision for sure. I guess they get it halfway. If they win this fight, they'll have a pretty good chance of capping the whole thing. It's okay. Okay, oh, Kuffa fell. He did not want to fall there. Oh, Kuffa manages to get Bliss. This aggressive positioning, it's really paying off. Bliss falling so early means Space Station, they're working against the odds. Sugar Free's gonna come up. He has to come up with like a genius pick here. Something. Okay, a slam on the Kuffa. He's gonna fall pretty low, but he's just the bait, you know? If everyone spends their time shooting Kuffa, you can't do anything. Another slam into Kuffa. He finally dies, and maybe winnable now for Space Station. Seeker gets lethal. Okay. Yeah, I think the problem there, Kuffa slightly misstepped, because if you play out of the line of sight of the rest of your team, if you're out of the line of sight of like Lethal and Zira, and you're just playing too far up in like a weird spot, then you drawing attention isn't as much value, right? Because you want Lethal to be shooting the people that are shooting Kuffa. So if Kuffa's out of line of sight of Lethal, that creates a disconnect, that creates problems for Nightmare. Both teams gonna have the support ults here. Gonna be an intense brawl here in a moment. Early blade from Zira. Oh my goodness, Bliss is dead. 2 kills. Seeker's gone. CJ actually commits it. A 3rd kill. Oh my goodness, Sugar Free. He's actually gonna try and match it. He's actually, oh my goodness. That could have been like a crazy hero play from Sugar Free, but I'm not sure he could do much with the bob in play. I respect the attempt though, but Zira. My goodness. This is Korean level Genji play. It's really good. It's on a whole nother level. I do appreciate the flex DPS game, honestly, from North America. That's one thing that I think might be better than EMEA. The flex DPS, right? Sugar Free and Zira both proving, especially on the Genji, that they can compete. They can absolutely compete. Kuffa's just in the back line. He's playing like Hanbin. This reminds me of Hanbin's playstyle, actually. That's what this reminds me of. How Hanbin just plays so aggressively on the Ramattra. Almost flanks sometimes. Draws that attention. Really good at it, too. And that's a fight win for Nightmare. If they cap the 2nd point with good time, they're going to be on track to take the map. I want to see this go to 7. I want to see this go to 7. If this goes to any less than 7, I'm going to be disappointed. Because I want to see as much of this as I can. This is an amazing match. Ultraviolet has the orbital ray. Orbital advantage for Nightmare. They have the cards here. Yep, it's just a cage. It's on Kuffa. He's just gonna live there forever. Oh my god, he's just sitting in the corner. He's AFK. He's gonna pop the Annihilation kill. It's like, fuck, I can't kill this guy. And then the beat. Oh my goodness, Kuffa just won't die. I mean, here's the thing. Kuffa was baiting that. He wants Kellen to cage him. He wants that to happen. Zira, 1, 2 kills. Sugar Free able to get lethal, but it's just not gonna be enough. I mean, Kuffa's just gonna exist here forever. He's gonna hold block. He's not even gonna punch. A fight win for Nightmare. 2 minutes. 20 seconds when they cap the 2nd point. 4 minutes. Only to travel 57 meters. Kellen mirroring the Ramattra. Space Station, they couldn't solve the Ram comp. Now they're gonna match it. Oh, wait, big slow. Wait, the flank here. The flank to hit the slow, and then lethal, the dynamite to follow up, and Zira, the blade in the room. Oh, the blade is kind of bad. It misses. A swing and a miss. Close, though. Close, though. I see the idea. Nightmare, they caught Space Station a little off guard, but Kuffa ends up dying. So Space Station, they still have an opportunity here. Lethal. Oh, losing out to Sugar Free in the room. It's a little awkward. Oh, Zira taking a lot of damage. Has to back away. Space Station, they managed to mark Nightmare for now, but Nightmare are one good fight win away from taking the map. Admiral closing in on the beat. But you notice Ultraviolet on the Orbital Ray way behind compared to CJ. And in a Brawl Mirror, Orbital Ray advantage will win you fights. But Scuff is able to get an early pick on the Seeker, so it's still winnable for Nightmare. Sugar Free is able to get Admiral with that Orbital Ray. Gonna go for the Blade. Has gone with the perk as well to do the bleed damage off the Blade. But looks like we're not gonna get much. We're just gonna do a bit of damage to Lethal there. Well done. Blade damage through. The fight kind of continuing and bleeding out, you could say. On the cart, this looks like it's going the way of Space Station. Well, I was saying that until Zero just gets this kill into Bliss, and Bliss was close to beat, so you can't have Bliss die. That's really bad, because now Nightmare are going to have their beat. They're going to have this Orbital Ray coming up. Space Station, they're about to be at an ult disadvantage. Admiral, aggressive beat. Space Station, they need to live. They need to live. They need to survive. Seeker falls. And, you know, if you lose Bliss again here, you're not going to get this beat at all. Kuffa's in the spawn door is going to... Oh, he's going to throw a spray in here. Wait, no, he sees the Juno. Hold on, I didn't even see the Juno. Like, the outline was like a little fuzzy. Kellen's now going to be the one who has to contest the cart, but the Orbital Ray's down. Nightmare! They win it. They beat the Mauga with the Ramattra. Kuffa, this guy's insane. This guy's incredible. I just witnessed a masterclass of how to beat Mauga comp. I honestly, I couldn't coach that. Yeah, the Ramattra played super aggressive. And basically, the dilemma that SSG faced there against the Ramattra was, you know, if you have Kuffa on the Ramattra playing so aggressive, if you ignore Kuffa, he will kill your backline. We saw Kuffa getting early picks with the Ram form. He would just kill people, right? And if you don't ignore Kuffa and you shoot Kuffa with the Mauga, then now the Mauga comp is so focused on the Ram that Zera gets value and Lethal gets value. So the DPS line for Nightmare, they get too much value if all the focus goes onto Kuffa. If you ignore Kuffa, Kuffa gets a kill. It was really hard to deal with. You had to balance to win that. For SSG to win that, they had to balance how much they marked and prevented Kuffa from getting kills and how much they actually focused on Zera and Lethal. They had to do both at the same time, and they just couldn't figure out how to do that. And that's difficult. That's difficult to try and split your focus and figure out what you want to do real time. But yeah, they're going to need a solution to that. This is where I think there's going to be pressure on Hunter as a coach.